What got me into psychology was a collection of past experiences at one of my first ever real jobs. My name is Dr. Vidales, and I am a psychologist here at the Rowan Center. It was at a position at my university in which I was tasked to organize a lot of programs for our cross-cultural centers. I loved it, loved doing it. I didn't really think that it would connect to me in a psychological way, but in this journey, I began to become identified as a resource on campus, specifically from those from marginalized experiences, people whose identities weren't reflected in the greater social systems of privilege, whom had a lot of questions about what do I do when I need to report a Title IX incident? What do I do when I'm being unfairly treated by a professor? To some even really greater things, such as I don't know where to go home tonight because I had been outed to my parents. And in those situations, I was not really equipped to handle folks, or so I thought, but just the process of being next to someone in distress, within crisis, was really important to me, because I felt like I was able to help someone on such an individual way, in a way that I felt like I was actually giving back to my own community. It was then that I realized that pursuing psychology, clinical psychology, wasn't just going to be an interest of mine. It felt like it was something that I had to do. What I practice today is a reflection of what I practiced back then as an undergraduate, having these wild conversations. I love working with folks in times of distress, in times of transition, when we're trying to figure out what our identities are, what do they mean, how do we get from one place of our lives to the other. I love working with folks who are adjusting, who are having symptoms of anxiety, trauma, depression, trying to figure out how do I make the best of my life, knowing that there's all these other things that are trying to keep me down. It's to that endeavor that I love working with folks, realizing that we can't really ever eliminate some of the things that cause us distress in life, but that doesn't mean we can't stop living in it.